Ẹ dákun ẹ bá wa dárúkọ yín fún gbogbo ara lé.
Orúkọ mi ni Alfa Dr. Barrister A.H. Saddam Fọlọ́run Ṣọ́fàgbà.
Ọlọ́run jẹ́ àríyìn pẹ́.
Àmín ya Allah.
Ní àtẹ̀kan láti wà ní inú ilé ẹjọ́ fún kéèsì wo gan-an ní tèmi.
A dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run, Ọlọ́run lógo.
Alhamdulillah.
A sì ṣe àlékún ìkẹ́ àti ìgẹ̀ fún anábọ̀ Muhammad wípé Allahumma salli salatan muhsinatan ala sayyidil muhsinin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Àmín.
Àmín.
Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìyá wa mùsùlùmí àtẹ̀yin ẹni rere tẹ́ ì ṣe mùsùlùmí àmọ́ tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ni rere tẹ́ ń fà níyàn tó dáa, àyín tẹ́ ní bíbí tẹ́ ń fà níyàn tó dáa àtijọ́ ọmọlúàbí tẹ̀lé ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń lọ. Mo kí gbogbo yín káàkiri orígun mẹ́rin ayé. Ọlọ́run ó san gbogbo wa lẹ́san rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí orúkọ gbogbo wa ó bàjẹ́. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá lóun ó bẹ nìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa lórúkọ jẹ́ ní gbogbo ibi tó bá ti máa báyàn lórúkọ jẹ́, Ọlọ́run ó máa bá wa mú wọn. Èyí tí a tó ilé ẹjọ́ fi pa.
Sorry about the break, but let's continue.
Ni wọ́n ti ráyè páwọn pè lẹ́jọ́ kófin ó bá wọn dá sí i. Ẹlòmíì nínú àwọn náà lóun náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ráyè nísìnyí, òun náà ni àfáà Shehu Alabib ní Àgbàjì. Wọ́n ẹsẹ̀ gbé kéèsì tí wọ́n náà dìde against rẹ̀. Kéèsì wọn òun la wá fún lónìí tí ṣe criminal direct complaint tí wọ́n file against rẹ̀. Lónìí ló yẹ kí wọ́n á gbé wá sí kóòtù fún mention kéèsì náà. Ṣùgbọ́n àríbi go on for mentioning the case torí wípé àwọn correctional center wọ́n láwọn ò rí arrangement táwọn máa ń ṣe láti fi gbé wá sí kóòtù, wọn arrangement yẹn ṣe kó tó dé ní holiday tó wáyé lánàá ò jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí arrangement yẹn ṣe torí wípé tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ gbé wá sí kóòtù báwọn wọ́n máa ń ní collaboration fún reinforcement látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn sister agencies tó jẹ́ security agencies káàkiri orígun mẹ́rin Kwara State tí wọ́n fi beef up security láti fi gbé wá. Ìyẹn ni wọn ò rí ṣe tí yóò jẹ́ kan gbé wá. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ eléyìí ni wípé security life rẹ̀ ó bàbàrà sáwa ó sì bàbàrà sí àwọn agbófinró náà. Kọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba fúnra ara rẹ̀ wọ́n lọ́lọ́run gan ò fẹ́ kó ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ bí kò ṣe kí ó pìwàdà. Ìdí nìyẹn tí àwa náà fi security life rẹ̀ ká fi ṣeré rárá, la fi gba àwọn agbófinró ní ìyànjú kí wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ohun tó bá tọ́ láti fi protect ẹ̀ wá sí kóòtù àti padà sí ààyè ibi tọ́lọ́run ní yóò ti máa ṣayé lọ́wọ́ nísìn. So yìí tí wọn ò rí yanjú tó jẹ́ kan gbé wá sí kóòtù lénìí tá a fi rí bí go on nìyẹn. Ìdí ìyẹn ni kóòtù fi wá fún wa ní déètì míì tí ṣe 24th of this month, ọjọ́ kẹrìnlélógún oṣù kẹwàá tá a wà nínú ẹ̀ yìí ni kóòtù ní ká padà wá. Kóòtù ti wá ọ̀dà pé gbogbo agreement wọ́n bá ṣe kó tó dijọ́ náà kí wọ́n ti ṣe kí wọ́n lè gbé wá sí kóòtù láti wá ṣe ohun tó tọ́ pẹ̀lú kéèsì náà.
Okay, let me make this brief. First off, you just heard it. So another alpha, I think his name is Lagbaji, Sheikh something Lagbaji, has also pressed his own charge. So the cases are mounting up. So just as threatened that while he is coming out of one, more people are already preparing, gearing up, that if he is coming out of one, that is, if Tani Olorun is coming out of one, more people are prepared to mount more charges just so that he doesn't come out at all. So they are ready to have as much as 1 million people line up and claiming he defamed them just so that he doesn't get it. So if he's getting out of one, meeting conditions to get bail for one, they will be meeting him with another impediment by another charge, another person bringing another charge. So that's just the summary. So the person who is the second ready now in this case is Lagbaji, according to. Let me quickly say that if you are already free, I mean, if you have conscience, functioning conscience, such that you don't need a religion to guide you to do anything, you have a very priceless gift. That freedom from religious encumbrance, you need to know how to appreciate it from tonight. And I'll tell you why. Because if you have good conscience, you will be better than the religious folks in this world. I have seen where religious people will start meeting by prayer. Go to government houses. Go to where they want to steal money. They start with prayer and end with prayer. And guess what they are discussing? How to share money. Depriving the masses. But you see, people with conscience don't even care about prayer. They just go straight into the business and they are rightly principled. Oh, let me show you something real quick. Let's see this together.
Japan ni mo wà yìí o. Ṣé rí nǹkan ẹ wo train yẹn. Ṣé rí pé wọ́n hang ẹ sókè ni o. Ṣé rí pé ó ń bọ̀. Àfi bí ẹni pé bàálù ló ń bọ̀ o. Ẹ wo train yẹn. Mo lójú tèmi nìkan kọ́ ní orí o. Ó yá, ó ti ṣílẹ̀kùn o. Ó ti fẹ́ mú sílẹ̀. Ìlú tí ò mà lẹ́sìn bíi ti Nàìjíríà, wọ́n mọ̀ ń gbádùn ilé ayé. Ẹ wo lu wọn bó ṣe rí. Ẹ wo lu wọn bó ṣe rí. Tó dàbí àlìjànnà, tó dàbí ọ̀run yìí o. Ilẹ̀kùn train náà sí o. Táwọn èèyàn wọlé. Train yẹn ti gbéra o. Ó tún ti ń lọ o. Ó ti ń lọ o. Ṣé rí nǹkan? Ṣé rí nǹkan? Ṣé rí train? Ṣé rí nǹkan o? Ṣé rí? Òun ló ń fly yìí o, tí ó sì ń kan lábẹ́rẹ́ yẹn o. Òun ló ìmí ló tún bọ̀ yìí o. Ṣé rí nǹkan? Ìmí ló tún dé yìí. Ṣé rí nǹkan? Àbí ẹ dákun ẹ jọ̀ọ́, gbogbo ẹ̀sìn tán kó wá bá wa nílùú Nàìjíríà kí la fi ń ṣe ìbò labadé. Ṣìbò òní wọ́n hàn gé train yẹn sókè ni o. Inú rẹ̀ lẹ ti ń wò yìí o. Wọ́n wò mí pé kí ni mo ń ṣe. Àbí ó tún ti fẹ́ máa lọ. Ó nìyẹn o. Òun ló ti ń lọ. Òun lẹ́yìn náà wóyá drive. Ó ní o. Kọ́lọ́ọ̀bá kó ṣàánú ẹ wa. Tá a bá lẹ́sìn Mùsùlùmí Christian ó kó bá wa ní ìlú Nàìjíríà. Àwọn èèyàn ò ní rọ́ ni. Ṣé rí train ló ń fò yìí o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pọ́n fún wọn hàn gé sókè ni o. Tó dẹ̀ ń lọ tí ò dẹ̀ sí ọ̀nà.
Okay, that is I just showed you a place. They don't care about religion. They are not Muslims. They are not Christians. But they have built paradise on earth. Okay? They are not cocooned into a religious encumbrance. They are not using religion to stifle humanity. They are using humanity instead of religion to make life better for everybody. Now let us go to Olorun. Ìlú tó jìnnà sí iná tó súnmọ́ àjọ. I just showed you ìlú tó a religionless country. Let's go to the religious, the pious, the righteous state in Nigeria, Olorun. Let me just take you to Olorun real quick. Okay.
Whenever you ply the 30 kilometers Jeba-Mokwa Road in Niger State. This has been the case for Rome, often lead to traffic jam. At the smooth 99-kilometer road from Eyekonri to Jeba in Kwara State, those 7 kilometers is still under construction. However, that all changes right from Jeba Bridge, which links Kwara and Niger State, as most part of that stretch are dotted with potholes, and an attempt for motorists to maneuver to avoid collision often lead to traffic jam.
Our head because of the dust. That is number one, affecting our children, affecting everything, even in your room. Millions of naira are wasted on daily basis. You make containers falling, lives, many things are affected. Even the travelers that go from here to Kano, and this is the major road that we have.
Some of the villagers around here have resorted to self-help, crushing rocks to fill up the gullies and potholes as palliative measures. This sometimes contributes to traffic build-up.
Yeah, once we go that we are students, because when instead of you having a journey of 1 hour, it will be almost 2.5 hours.
So we are where with the manager, because as now.
Feature on the program. Our eyewitness inspect measures. The motorists and residents have.
At any rate, I just decided to quickly take you to Olorun, where we are only busy using religion and instrumentality of law to stifle fellow humans. Can you see the difference? That's why I said, if you are a free-minded person with a functioning conscience, you are better and above a religious person. You don't know what God has blessed you with. The generation that will come after this set of people, they would have reduced their religiosity by more than half percentage, if not completely do away with religion, because they will not need it. If we give them quality exposure, education, orientation, they will not want to have anything to do with this medieval history concept called religion. It's a mid-history concept. Serious nations have moved away from it. That is why China is prospering, because China shut its border to foreign religions. Instead, China opened its border to technology. 13-year-olds, 8-year-olds are busy developing apps, applications in other serious countries. But guess what? Our own children, including adults, are busy arguing over imported, religious literatures. And they are implementing it to the detriment of fellow humans. That is the story of Olorun. Okay, now. So, by the time Tani Olorun comes out, he will be a hero. That's what these guys don't know. You are putting muzzles on this kind of thing. Look at your state. You are happy to be doing all these things, but they're sorry gone. It's unfortunate. Okay, I'll give you an instance of why I believe that to have no religion is even far better. How many of you remember this Adetun? See, God works in a mysterious way. You see, this thing called nemesis is real. This thing they call nemesis, quite real. Very real. God has a way of fighting your battle without having to be religious. And I tell you why. Some of you will remember Adetun, who came out lying against Showore at that time. Showore only came out to say, I've never met her in my life. She said she wanted, I think she was running an NGO. Yeah, she was running an NGO. She wanted grants. And she believed that if Sahara reporters does just one report for her, she might use it to attract donor agencies. So she went and brought together some children and messaged her, please, I need your reporter to come and help me film some small children. She claimed they were victims of rape by some alleged pedophiles. And Showore, hearing such a thing, quickly dispatched reporters. They got there and found that she was just coaching these people, these children, what to say. And those ones were looking at her like, how can you say we should say we? That is not the story. You brought us out that you want to help us, you want to give us food. You are asking us to now tell another story. So those children were also, so the reporter saw it as an unserious thing. But what is this one doing? You told us that these are victims of rape incidents. So who are the victims? Who among these ones are the victims? And who are the perpetrators? And it turned out she was just lying. So the reporters left and reported back to Shore that, don't mind that lady, she's not serious. It was when Shore now came out for presidency, she then came and lied to the world that Shore is covering rape case. Shore does not want. Shore tape that Shore was like, which tape? I sent my reporters to come and cover, and it turned out you were lying to them. You didn't have any perpetrator, you didn't have any victim, you were coaching them to lie. And the reporter saw that it was not real. Then some comrades tried to tell Shore, sue her for life. Shore said, I want to be president of Nigeria. President of all these ignorance and victims. If I am suing just one, if I'm angry because just one person lied against me, just one, then what type of president will I be? I just leave that one. She's already down. You can see frustrated person lying. Frustrated people lie. This one is frustrated. Why should I now be adding muzzle on this? Well, just leave her. She already ignored her. How many years down the line? Look at the same data now. Can you say Oriri? Ghost is now hunting her up and down. She's now an embarrassment to herself. Guess what? Shore is not even a Christian. He's not even a Muslim. A lot of people have lied against him. A lot of people have slandered him. They have done all sorts of things to him. And yet, if you tell Shore, let's do this, he will say, no. Just leave them. They are ignorant. They don't know anything. Just leave them. That is a person that is even religionless. So those of you who are even preaching about religion of peace and love, now, can't talk, say they abuse you. You now want to form a queue. You now want to form a queue as you want to stifle one person as he's coming out of one case. You want to meet him with another one as he's coming out of that one. You want him to die in jail. Go ahead. And that is the religion they imported for you from Saudi. And you are not alone, no. Including those so-called Christians too. The other day it was David Ibiyomi that was using DSS to harass Kemi Olorun lawyer. Even though we all know Kemi Olorun lawyer is a controversial blogger. The other day too, this Dunamis man, Paul Enenche, was also using DSS to be arresting people just for wearing Buhari must go t-shirts. Religious people, you are the most dangerous people in the world. You needed religion to be guided. In fact, they brought religion for you because they know religion is for the vast majority of people who are conscienceless. People who have no conscience whatsoever. It is those people that they bring religion for, so that they can keep reminding you every word, see, and every preach, every sermon. So you need religion to function. Otherwise, God has a way of taking charge or punishing offenders. By the way, let me even come to Muslims. Maybe you say God will punish people Lojo Alikiyama on the day of judgment. Why are you now the ones judging on earth again? Especially with your Sharia. Somebody will steal Maggi. Somebody, there's difference between stealing to eat just because you are hungry and you have everything and you are still stealing from poor people. That is the hypocrisy of religion. They will cut somebody's arm for stealing just because he's hungry. They have stolen the future of the old people. They are hungry. Somebody now steals something just to feed. They will cut that person's hand. But somebody is a governor who still will collect dollars and be putting under Baba Riga and you only reward that one with rank adidi. The same thing is happening in Olorun. The same thing. But your energy is only to punish a fellow poor. That's the only energy you have. It's a shame, oh. Big one. Big shame. So, if it is, you are even making it difficult to believe that heaven truly exists or hell truly exists. If there will be punishments after life, why are you the one still making law to punish people on earth? If it is true that there's punishment after life. So that means it's not true after all. And when I hear some people say, oh, Tani Olorun asked who is God and wanted to know God. Now God is showing himself to him. That is not God. That is the wicked religious clergy and the instrumentality of the state. You are oppressing somebody with the instrumentality of law of the state. If it is true that God is the one, God does not need a magistrate. Largely, God has never needed a magistrate or a judge or police to run his affair. God has never needed it. So for it, I count it as ignorance for people to be saying, oh, he has to know God, and God is now, it is God that is showing himself. That is not God. You don't know God. That's not how God operates. God doesn't do all this. That's not God. That is wicked clergy and the state coming together to oppress a poor fellow. That's all I see here. And you are celebrating it. Adult in 2023. Look at your state. There was suit. See where your energy is supposed to be. See where it is. I just showed you your state now. Look at the road linking you to Niger. Look, see what to Niger. Sorry. See what it looks like. And I just showed you another important development somewhere where they didn't even need Allah, and they are building fantastic train stations, train coaches, making life easy for all the places all of you are doing pilgrimage, you want to travel to. They use technology to build them. We know we have lost this generation of people, right? But the generation that must come after you, we have to make sure that they get exposure, enlightenment, orientation. So they don't continue the Stone Age, life or lifestyle. It's shameful. All them travel, they go out to. Anyways, I'm not saying don't punish him. Of course, you have reached a stage where nobody should beg you again. See, if you are one of those who are begging this affairs, desist. It's not necessary. Allow them satisfy themselves. Allah, wallahi, eternal ma ba bombe. Asun yo. Wallahi, yasin, o ma sun. Ṣé ǹtẹ́ fẹ́ ra wọlé nìyẹn? Kò sí wàhálà, ẹ máa ṣe lọ. I can guarantee you, people are watching. We will continue to use the daily matter of Tani Olorun to be educating the masses of people. Pé ẹ wá wo ohun tó ń pè ní ẹ̀sìn àlàáfíà ohun rẹ̀. By the way, why is ẹ̀sìn àlàáfíà, the religion of peace, busy developing weapons of mass destruction, sponsoring terrorism? And the other one, religion of love, is also busy developing nuclear weapons. Yeah, go and look at the source of these religions, where they are coming from. They disguise it as religion of peace, but underneath, if you look at the cruel laws, Sharia and co., you shake your head, you just show that. The same thing the so-called Christians too. Need I remind you I don't believe in any of them, including whether you are doing Isheshe or you are doing Christianity or you are doing Islam. I believe if you have a functioning conscience, you are better than having any religion. Because you will see your fellow human and you treat them rightly, the way you would treat yourself. And that is godliness. So I'm godly, I'm not religious. I'm not religious, I'm godly. If you have a functioning, in fact, trash your religion and wear on good conscience, you see how free your life will be. You see how better you will be. You see your worldview will be different. You see the peace that settles in you, settles deep. You will be different. Just do away with religion. So sọlẹ̀, sọgbà ẹni tó fún ẹ, sọ padà bá pò fẹ́ mọ́. God created you with conscience. That conscience is sufficient. You want to communicate with God, you don't need an intermediary. You don't need sheikh, you don't need afa, you don't need pastor, you don't need babalawo. How can God create you and still want an intermediary between you and him? Was there an intermediary when he was creating you? Talk to God by yourself. Cast your mind to the higher. Talk to God. You get results. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀rọ̀ kágbọ̀n, ọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ló máa padà mú wá. Àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀, wá ti sọ díẹ̀, di tó jódodo mú, jókòó, sit down with it, think about it. Am I doing what is right? All of you are mortals now. You are mere mortals. Where are your ancestors? We are all mortals. For what? Ignore him. But if you don't want to, Erawole. Subhana Rabbika.